Well, they have to take a
Okay.
ride. Hi.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey
hello.
guys. We're live
Hi,
recording.
Noel.
Live recording.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome to another beautiful race at APC Sports. And, yeah, today we have the beautiful Noel, as always, and the
Hey.
awesome Max. Hi, Max.
Maximilian.
Hello, a pleasure to be back with you guys. Looking forward to the race.
Yes.
Ah,
Where are
I
we
just clicked
today?
something.
We're at the Outrun. Outrun Grand Prix.
We're at the Summer Nights Grand Prix.
I have the Outrun Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, the Summer Nights, but Outrun Grand Prix, but it races Summer Nights.
We are definitely glowing today.
Yes, it
Very
has that
glowing.
very 80s neon effect on the entire track and decor.
Yes.
All that's missing is people on rollerblades
Absolutely, yep.
Need some what do you call it
and a
music?
bar,
What's that music
synth
called?
pop,
No, we know when
synth
they get
pop,
the where they get the glow sticks and stuff like that.
rave.
Rave?
Yeah, like a rave without the drugs.
Yes, of course. No intoxication in driving.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, don't drink or and drive or do drugs and drive. And if you do,
Absolutely.
don't get caught.
So there is some speculation that one of the drivers might be smoking something. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you never know.
Are there drug tests after the races?
No, but maybe we should start them.
Wow.
Maybe we should make it the racer who comes in last, as always, to collect pee samples from everyone.
I know, right? That would not.
Yeah,
I would
maybe
never
it would
lose.
motivate some of our drivers to get some points in.
It would get competitive, very competitive.
Yep.
Because I would definitely want would be doing that.
Yep, for sure. So, let's see. Well, we have only two more races, including today. I thought it was free,
Nope,
but
just
we have only two more today and in 2 weeks. No, next week.
no next week. Like right after
Uh-huh.
Thanksgiving, which I thought was kind of like. I wonder if we're gonna have a lot of drivers show up just because people go out of town for Thanksgiving and stuff. So
I think
wonder
that's
what
not
that's
going to be a
gonna look
problem.
like.
I think that's not going to be such a big problem because most of our drivers aren't from America.
Oh, well, rude.
Mhm. Yeah,
Well, us
Thanksgiving is all
Americans like
about
to
enemies.
travel. Some of us like to travel for Thanksgiving.
No, but I think the driver showing up won't be such an issue. But let's see. So two more races to go, and let's see. Oh yeah, first we will do some news. Um, Today we only have one thing, and that's that Eli has opted to sit out today because, well, let's face it, he doesn't have to drive anymore. He will win anyway. And we have a new driver for Gatino, and that's Matthew, aka Mats. So we can be curious to see what Mats can do.
Mats, bed mats, pillow mats. No, no. Okay.
I don't know. Well, Max,
Yes,
why don't we go through the driver standings?
absolutely. So, obviously, we have currently in the standings 27 drivers. In position 27, we have Yuanse Zero, who's a rookie. And at 26, we have Brandon Morgan, 25, Mango Darwinian, who's all three of those names are all rookies. And then we have Razi Sorbet, Kyle Fernelli, and Shorey King in at position 22.
Oh, three people in the
Uh,
same position.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, the same scores. In fact, we have positions 20 to 27 are occupied, and
Oh,
they all
okay.
have the same number of points. And then we position 19, 18, and 17 are held by three rookies, and they're all at a 1 point apiece. So those are Verga Stone, Valky Rain, and Donovan Mikalski. And then in position 16 on 2 points, we have Chase Dutton. And then position 15, Achilles Sauber with 3 points. At position 14, Morticia Valotta with 6 points. And at 13, we have Taylor Airalo on 14 points. We have another rookie in at position 12, Asdrea Sanakan with 25 points. And then at position 11, we have Pablo Bakerley, who has 25 points, but also has a win and one pole position with a podium under his belt. And then into the top 10, we have Andre Kennedy on 29 points with one podium position. Candy Tomorrow in at number 9, position 9 with 52 points. And at 8, Carly Chiori on 54 points with 2 podiums. And at position 7, Fabian Litton, 66 points with 2 poles and 1 podium under their belt. And at position 6, Nicole Dallas, 71 points, 3 appearances on the podiums, and who's also rookie, so doing really well. And at position 5, Kira Restrepo, 76 points, 1 win, 2 podiums, and another rookie, so a great start for Kira.
Yes.
Position 4, we have Little Bear, 79 points, 1 win, 2 podiums. In at 3, Emmy Blueberry, 83 points with 1 podium finish. And at number 2, we have Edu Velde, 123 points, 2 poles with 5 podiums under the belt. And of course, dominating in position number 1, and unfortunately not at today's race, Eli Bennett with 198 points, 6 wins, 4 poles, and 8 podium appearances.
Wow, that's a lot of polls.
It definitely is.
Bum.
And a lot of podiums.
Yes.
With the exception of one race, he finished all on a podium, and 6 of those he won. So that's quite a nice result.
Yeah, it is. Congratulations, Eli.
Yes, congratulations there, Eli. And well, if Edu manages to win today, depending on how Emmy performs, but if he can get like 6 points in between them, he's gonna have the second place for the championship under his belt as well. If he manages that, but I'm pretty content of that. And we have a nice battle going on here for place number 3. And I would say with today and next week, the race is still going on. We have anything from place 3 to place 7 that could come into third place if they perform well.
Wow, that's neat.
Lately, yeah,
So it's a
Kira
close
has
race.
been doing, yeah, it's very close. Little Bear has been slacking a bit lately, and Kira Restrepo, Nicole Dallas, they have been picking up quite a pace in the last few races and scoring nice points. So they too, I wouldn't discard them on the race for place number 3. Emmy is a super consistent driver. I hope she makes place 3 for her, but it's gonna be an interesting battle to watch. Of course, we can't discard Little Bear there as well, our current champion.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a interesting thing to watch. I mean, theoretically, Kali and Candy could get there too, but they would need to win the last two races.
Yeah. Speaking
Yeah.
of
So
races, let's look at this track. What is going on with this
let's go
track
for the
today?
yeah.
Get a little area
Uh,
view, aerial view shot with my
oh, okay. Oh, it's better. I've been told I heard some major breakup to at the moment.
huh?
Do you hear me alright? I've been told I've been breaking up. Wait,
You well, you weren't breaking up too bad this
no?
time around. No, you were breaking up before though,
Alright.
before we started streaming.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So this track, I don't really see anything other than that really one
Neon?
curve. You said neon. No, this was that one. So the second curve that's kind of tight. But everything else kind of just looks spread out.
Well, yes, but you have this going into the second curve, you have this S curve, very sharp S curve, where well, the first part of it is pretty much a very long drawn one.
Mhm.
So coming out of it, they will have to slow down and then slow down again. So we can expect quite a bit of action there. Um, and otherwise, you have one thing is the first curve that I would like to mention. It's the exit of the pit.
Yeah.
Going into the pit, you do just fine. That is not going to be a problem at all. If you want to get into pit, you can easily just move to the left. But coming out of the pit, the exit of it, because the starting line track there, it looks wider. And at the exit of the pit, it's getting more narrow, and you would want to take that curve to a sharp, close, tight right if you watch the races right now, how they're driving. But you can't. You have to take a long drawn. So, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very tempting for drivers to cut the yellow line. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
confident that um, Luke is aware of that issue. So I think he will be enforcing the rules there pretty strictly.
Yeah, because I am seeing a couple of them kind of cut right into that middle lane when they come out the pits instead of.
Yes. So, and it's a short yellow line, so I don't know.
Mhm.
We'll see how it goes. I think that's gonna be one of the major points. The first three curves
Yeah.
that could lead to a lot of crashes.
I am
And
noticing that some of
yeah,
the drivers are like right by where you come into the pits. They're kind of like if they get too close, they're kind of going off into the black area and then coming back in too. I've seen that a couple times while they've been practicing.
hmm
Since there's no gate right there, they're kind of like pushing out that way.
yes. So, well, we'll see how that goes because that's gonna be interesting. If they pile up there, there will for sure be a lot of group hugging going on.
Group hugs.
Yeah, pretty much. But we'll see how that goes. But I think the first three curves are gonna be the very tricky ones. And you see Becky Aker get pushed off road there just now. Alright. I will just um restart my Discord so I stop breaking
Somebody
up. Just give me a minute.
is flying. Dude, we had a flyer.
Yay! Just give me a minute to reconnect to my Discord so I have like full
No problem.
capacity.
No problem. Me and Max will be waiting for you to come back. Is Max there? Max? Max? Are you with me? We done lost Max too.
Hello?
Hello?
Much better now?
Yes.
Alright, good. Restarting help. So, yeah, well, it's gonna be a pretty tough track, I think. Especially because it's so short. We have 60 laps to go. And, well, yeah, you can see a lot from just watching how the drivers are going. And it's gonna be, yeah, pretty interesting. Who will take it home today? Who will not? We're getting some nice results there. 24s pretty much for the
Yeah,
regular
cause
laps.
for
Some
some reason I'm not
23s.
seeing
Mm.
the shouting. I'm not seeing any shouting. Like,
Oh, I see the local.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not catching it
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
Rude.
No, it's
Why is
there.
that happening?
I don't know. And we have Valkyrie again today. How's Valkyrie driving? Oh,
I wonder why I'm not seeing that. What could cause that to happen?
what? The Max can't hear us?
Hmm. I must have
Alright, he's
my
gonna reconnect too. Yeah, Max is gonna reconnect too.
Okay, yeah, cause I don't hear Max at all. I thought he kind of uh fell asleep on me. I don't know.
No, he was just having issues hearing.
So we're still
Maybe he left
practicing.
us.
They should
Yeah, I'm still
be
working on that.
pulling in a little bit for their meeting, and then the
The drivers
qualifying
meeting?
rounds. Jesus,
Yeah,
what is
the
happening
drivers
with me
meeting.
today?
I don't know.
I can't see nothing. I can't talk.
Then open your eyes. Duh.
Rude.
Nah.
Once again, we don't have any food. No food for us.
Hmm. Yeah, it was so good at one point, but yeah.
It was 2 weeks, 2 races. We had food.
Yeah, free. I think it was free races.
Oh, that's right, because we had the Taco Bell, then the burgers, and then
Other
Angel
stuff.
bought sushi boats.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, true. Alright. Spectators, please pick up your vehicles. Well, but for those spectators and people who are watching online, new races are always welcome. There is a couple of teams always needing new drivers, like Tweedledee's Racing.
Yes, Tweedledees is unfortunately not in the race this season. Not going to be participating anymore for the rest of the season. But hopefully we will
Yes.
be coming back next season.
Hmm. Which reminds me, we forgot to do the team standings.
Oh, we
So,
did?
well, yeah, we did. I'll just go over them real quick. Timber Racing, who had their first race participating last week, last race 2 weeks ago, is there with 0 points. Gatina Racing with 2 points in 10th place. 9th place, Rockrose Racing with 2 points. 8th place, Team Spirit with 15 points. 7th place, Tweedledees with 54 points. 6th place, Formula Freedom with 80 points. 5th place, Team Hess with 106 points. 4th place, Carmona GP1 with 108 points. And 3rd place, APC Salvo Racing with 126 points. And place number 2, Achilles Sports Gear with 137 points. And 1st place, Longfall Racing with 278 points. So
Wow.
Longfall is definitely going to win the team racing. Definitely the best team with the best driver, of course.
Yes. But if you let Angel say it, now
Mm.
because since he's not here today,
Yeah, he's slacking.
he he uh he feels that
He
that
sat
was
on a track.
based on one driver alone on that team
Well, it's not.
for the points.
It's not. It's really not because Eli has 198 and they have 278. So Kira scored her fair share of 76 points and is in fifth. That's quite a performance too there.
Well,
So you
that was
can't
not
say
my
it's based on
opinion.
one
I didn't
driver.
say it. I didn't say it. I was
Well,
just
I don't care.
repeating what was said.
Yeah, no, but Kira did good and she's probably going to do better for the rest of the season, I hope.
Hmm. But
Mm,
Emmy Blueberry is catching
yeah.
up pretty good too, though. I think she might be showing out this season too.
Mm, can you re-add Max to the room?
He's in here still.
Oh,
I still
yeah, he
see him
has
in here.
massive. He has some technical issues with breaking up. Mm.
Oh wow.
Oh, Eli is racing after all. Luke just confirmed Eli is participating in the race.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Okay, well, why not, right?
Yeah, why
Why
not?
not? Just because you already
They
won doesn't
have.
mean you can't win more.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's just yeah.
Could we see what
It
Luke is saying?
Luke is saying the same stuff as always. Okay, this is saying hello to new sim visitors. Don't be, they don't seem to be noticing the region messages. Second season of Grand Prix that. Outrun Grand Prix at Summer Nights, revamped by myself, Amy Blueberry, and Jenna Stark. We have one new driver on the grid. And he was racing in other series as well. He's not the noob driver. It's Matt's.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's for Gatino. He's well aware of how things work. So Luke is not going to waste time overgoing over small details. Okay, the starting barrier looks different today. He borrowed them from another event, but they behave exactly the same as always. Please look behind you for demonstration. So Luke is demonstrating it behind him. Oh, they're just like hollows, like a hologram.
Mhm.
Oh, it looks like Virgo Wolf is not participating today.
Oh, he's not? I saw him
Yeah, I'm on the
earlier.
sim.
I wonder if
He's
he's
not here.
he was here earlier. I wonder if something happened.
I don't know.
Well, obviously something happened because he's not here.
I don't know. I
I know.
just noticed that he is not on the sim. It looked like it's not. I don't know.
Rock stars. Party like a rock star. I'm looking at whoa, lost camera control. Looking at Timber Racing's uniform.
I gotta reload. Hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta reload. Hold on. Oh, I gotta reload. I gotta reload.
Apparently
What Timber Racing?
Achilles accidentally attached himself to somebody and is gonna have to relog.
He attached himself to somebody.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's to Emmy or to Astrea, but he
Why
can't
or how did he attach himself to them?
he can't detach. So, such a ladies' man.
Yep. Oh, he's attached to Astria.
So funny. The things that happen to you in Second Life, tell you.
Yes, they're very funny at times.
Attach yourself.
Yeah, Achilles is relogging.
Yeah.
Let me.
Oh my god.
He's
This
stuck.
shit is
He's
hilarious.
stuck on Astrea like Band-Aid.
Stick like glue. He
Yeah.
glued himself to another driver. He should have glued himself to Emmy.
I
Or
know,
but even
right?
better to Eli, yeah. And just let them drag him along. Oh, Virgo is back.
Okay, so he was just relogging.
Yeah,
Got some relogging going on.
Achilles is back. And let's see if there is anything we can do to help Max to get back in.
Um, he maybe
Yes,
he closes Discord out completely because he didn't hang up from the call. Oh, he is out. He is out now.
okay.
He is out now. So let me add him back to the call.
Mm. Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on because he's a speed test, but he hears us with breaking up. Um. mm,
And it looks like they're starting to the
Yeah, it's
qualifying
starting to get
races.
ready. Yeah, looks at drivers to your cars. Rawr.
Oh, it ain't in no well filming if I don't hit the bottom of the track.
Well, yeah, it's kind of your
My stamp.
trademark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah.
Mm, 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 mm. Let's see. Alright, Max is working on his issues. That's fine. The pit stops look very nice today. And yeah, as usual, we will start. And Max is back. I hope.
Ooh, and Eli's attached his car to himself. Oh,
Well,
and he
it
did it
happens
again.
eventually to everyone. Eventually, it happens to everyone.
So things are about to kick off now, are they?
Yes.
Yes! Welcome back, Max. I'm glad you could solve your issues.
Thank you very much. It's always frustrating when that happens, but thankfully just in
Mhm.
time to be able to witness the race.
Yes. We had some issues, I think, 2 or 3 races ago. So yeah, 10 minutes. Qualifying 1 starts now. All drivers. For those of you who are new to it, how qualifying goes? Qualifying 1 is all drivers. The best 12 drivers will proceed into qualifying 2. Those drivers that are below place 12 are going to start at the place that they scored with their best times. Qualifying 2 is going to be the same, just best 12 drivers. And the best 6 drivers are going to proceed into qualifying 3. The other 6 that are in place 7 to 12 are going to be eliminated from the qualifying and start in the times that they scored. And then best 6 drivers qualifying 3 for 6 minutes. So, there we go. Virgo Wolf with the best lap so far, but it's only the beginning. Oh,
Absolutely. As the drivers start to warm up and then start getting
yes.
used to the various turns, then we should see a steady increase in the lap times.
No, it will be definitely an increase, but we can calculate between 23.5 and 24.5 from
Yes.
what I've saw in the warming up.
And did you say in
Uh,
last season there was this particular track proved to be
Well, I was
pretty tricky?
mistaken. It wasn't it was the old version of this track because Luke revamped it. It looks
Sure.
a bit different now. It's much shorter. But it was this track where we had pretty much the Eli was leading last season and pretty nicely, but he mistimed his pit stops.
Oh,
And in the last 2 stops, or last 3, not the last 2 stops, last 2 or last 3 curves, he pretty much went to 0 on tires. So instead of second, he came into 6th place. And Little Bear actually got a lot of more points then, and he drew again close to Eli. And at the end of the season, he won. It was
wow.
very, very close, and it was nice to watch, especially the last few races.
Yes, it makes it interesting, doesn't it, when there's a bit of a battle and then in retrospect you can see where certain things happen and how important race strategy is as much as anything else as well.
Yes, because I mean, last season and even this season, we saw Eli outwit the other drivers with a brilliant pit stop strategy,
Uh-huh.
and that one time it just didn't work out. Pity
And,
for him, but yeah.
and that eventually cost him the title, did it?
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, we all have our days.
Yes, we do.
absolutely.
Everybody has it. Yeah. And there's the first message from Luke. Do not cross the yellow line at pit exit. Pretty much what I said will happen. And Valkyrie is driving today. And Astrid is driving today, and Emily's driving today. Who's Valkyrie driving for? Wait, there's some confusion there. Oh, Valkyrie is now driving for Rockrose.
Oh, okay.
Just for your information, guys, because Valkyrie used to drive for Luke's team.
Oh.
Valkyrie was replacing Astria when she was waiting on her router a couple of races. But
Oh,
now
that's cool.
Valkyrie is now at Rockrose.
Yes, is that the two-person team drivers 26 and 27, Valky Ryan and
Yes.
Jack Taylor?
Yes.
Ah, Yes, indeed.
Yes, I just noticed Valkyrie there on the track, and I was wondering what was going on. So that's another thing that's new.
Yep, there she is. Rock Rose car.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So let's see. We are halfway through qualifying one. And let's see how the standings are. We do have 18 drivers today. And well, it's not wanting to show me everything. A pity.
So for the benefit of the listeners and viewers, we saw the race manager issue a warning about not crossing the yellow line on the pits. What could potentially happen if drivers continue to do that?
Well, the consequence of it will be a drive-through penalty. And if a driver keeps doing the same thing over and over again, it could eventually end up in a disqualification of the driver.
Oh, wow.
But something that's, I think, way more severe as a cause from it, it can lead easily to accidents.
Of
Because you're
course.
leaving the pit with a pit speed, and you're much slower than the drivers on the track. So you're coming out much slower, and they might crash right into you.
Yeah, which just happened with Virgo Wolf and Emmy a second ago. When Emmy was
Yeah,
coming out the
so
pits.
Oh,
yeah, so that's, like I said, the first three curves of this track seem to be I wouldn't say as challenging, but pretty dangerous for accidents to happen. Because you have that pit exit in the first curve, which makes the track much tighter. You're going from in comparison to most other tracks, a rather wide track, and it becomes in that sharp 90-degree curve very narrow. We already have drivers coming out of that first curve to get onto the black terrain there, which slows them down.
absolutely. You're right there in terms of it's quite narrow, and that particular straight
Yes.
is a really fast one, and we've seen several drivers potentially at the moment mistiming that turning in terms of their braking distance and actually hitting the edge. I remember seeing
Hmm.
Emmy have a bit of a crash against the wall there, and if you've got drivers exiting the
Yeah.
pit lane as well, it's a bit of a dangerous position on the track.
Yes, it is definitely. It's going to be dangerous and could lead to a lot of crashes. And also, curve 2 and 3. Curve 2 is a long drawn 170-degree curve, 160-degree curve, and
Yeah,
then we go right into, from that we go into a 180-degree curve pretty much.
yeah,
So, and that 180-degree curve is a short one. So you're doing a long run curve, and you can't really speed up, and you can't really afford to slow down after it. So you have to time that 180-degree turn better. And after that, you can't even go on full speed until the very end of the track because you have a long drawn 180-degree curve again. And it's going to be interesting how the drivers are going to prepare, how they will have the settings set.
absolutely. It seems like a
Because,
track. It seems like a track which will not only test the driving lines, but also the driver's ability to not only keep the right line, but apply the brakes at the appropriate time and get back on the accelerator at the appropriate places. I think it is. I think it's a track which, when you look at it, you might think, "Oh, I think it's quite deceptive in the terms of it's much more difficult
yes,
to race effectively on it than it looks." And
I
yeah,
absolutely agree there. I think by the look of it, you would want to go for more speed. But I think it's wiser, unless you're an extremely experienced driver who's just used to go for the full speed. I think you might want to go on more grip here on this track. That's just my opinion, especially because the first half of it being made so that you can't really fully speed up. Well, the first 2/3 of it actually,
All right, and
and
just
that's
like that,
gonna
that's time for
yep.
the for
What?
the
Oh, are we done?
first qualification is over.
Oh, it's over. Well, Becky Aker placed in 18th. She's out. And best lap in qualifying was from Mango Darwinian. Mango Darwinian is from the yellow team. Oh, Bettina
Yeah.
Racing.
What? What is that?
That's the rookie who's currently in position 25. Is that for Scuderia Gattina Racing?
Yes, it's for them. And Luke is gonna assess the results. There's a false time that needs to be addressed. Alright, so let's Luke work on that.
Yeah, I think it's Achilles. It says he came in 10 seconds.
Yep. And I think the time issue is with Gattino Racing as well, because I just saw them res out a new car. Yeah, Achilles had a 10-second lap.
Yeah.
If it would always be that quick, well.
I know, right? When I saw that, I was
Just
like,
can't
oh, I
do
was
it
like,
this
wait a
time.
minute.
Yeah, let's see.
How would
We
you
do have
even judge
some.
that? How would you even fix, like,
Well, just look at the other times. You need to scroll through it and maybe you spot it.
Was there a technical glitch with the timing system? Was there?
Yeah, it seems so because Achilles had a 10-second lap
Wow.
and Matt's had a 10-second lap as well, from what it seems. No, it wasn't.
no, it's just Achilles.
Yeah, it's only Achilles that had a 10-second lap.
I think, as you say, that bucks the trend against the averages. Like you said, we're looking at early to mid 20s for the average lap
Yeah,
times.
yeah. Lucas is just asking for some time.
Such a troublemaker, that Achilles.
Yeah, it could be. He's a real troublemaker.
10-second laps.
So
But
when a situation like this would occur, typically, what would you expect the race manager to do with this kind of a situation?
well, I think Luke is gonna see why. He's gonna check Achilles' car, to make sure he's using the right version, and he's gonna scroll through the announcement of the race system and see what Achilles' times are, so he can judge where he would rank. Or he's just gonna copy and paste the whole thing, paste it into a worksheet and filter it by Achilles' name.
Right.
And then he can maybe tell better. But Nicole Dallas did pretty good. And Kira did very well. We're in third, Nicholas in second, Candy Tomorrow in fourth, we have Austria in fifth, Sergio, well, Edu in sixth, Little Bear in seventh, Eli in eighth, Matt, the new driver, in ninth, Emmy in 10th, Mango in 11th, Taylor in 12th, Brandon in 13th, Valkyrie in 14th, Kali Kiori in 15th, slacking Kali,
I
Verga in
know.
16th,
Playing out there
Blackjack
playing too
Kowalski
much.
in 17th, yeah,
Even
and
Edu
Becky AK
being
in
that
18th.
Edu being that low on the what do you call it? I
Well,
think
Edu
I
is a
think what
late
happened is
starter.
that they were like comfortable where they were at because both Edu and Fat both were sitting on the sidelines. And I think maybe they went at AFK for a second because even when I saw them going down the list, they weren't jumping back in their cars right away.
Hmm.
So I think what happened is that they went AFK thinking that they were set and they were not quite set.
So I noticed there we see the name of Eli Bennett in the timing. So
He's back. He's gonna
yes,
participate. I
fantastic. I
think
mean
you
that.
had your I think you had your technical issues when it was announced.
Yes, fantastic. I think that's great. I think first of all it kind of brings the current person who's in the best form back onto the race. But also I think as somebody who's doing so well, the top champions, it's just inbuilt within them, and sitting out of a race, I think would have probably been at odds with Eli, probably sitting on the thing thinking I should actually be there. So I think it's fantastic he's joined back into the race.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, it definitely is fantastic.
I feel like we're in Jeopardy. Do 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 do.
Well, it's gonna take
Do
a bit
do
of
do
time
do
there to
do.
get it. Yeah, and we'll see what Luke's decision is, considering Achilles' super quick lap.
Speedy.
I don't even know
Speed lap.
how or what happened.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
has to. It had to be a
it could be that it
glitch.
has been accident as well.
A glitch
Because
in the system.
the finish line cuts through the pit, so you have two teams there in the front there as well, and
Ah,
Achilles' team has the one right before it.
There's a glitch in the matrix. But then that
All
wouldn't be
right,
the case.
we have the results.
and they are.
18th is Becky Akers, 17th Blackjack Kowalski, 16th Virgo Wolf, 15th is Achilles, 14th is Kali, still slacking, just saying. 13th, Valkyrie. 12th, Brandon. 11th, Taylor Rallo. 10th, Mango Darwinian. 9th, Emmy. 8th, our new driver, Mads. 7th, Eli Bennett. 6th, Little Bear. 5th, Edu. 4th, Astria. 3rd, Candy Tomorrow. 2nd, Kira. And 1st, Nicole. Is Fabian not participating today?
Yeah, Fabian is not. Fabian is not racing
Fabian
today.
is not participating. Yeah, he's not racing today. He must have sat on a cactus as well. So, qualify out of qualifying one are Becky, Jack, Berger, Achilles, Kali, and Valky. The rest of the drivers are going. Oh, qualifying two is starting now. Or not, I don't know.
Yeah, I think the race manager called that the Q2 will begin shortly.
Yes, because it says starting a new timed qualifying. Alright, 10 minutes opens in 30 seconds. For qualifying 2, best 12 drivers. It's gonna be quite interesting to see how they do, especially because we do have our, let's say, our usual fast drivers, not at the high positions yet. We expect them to be. It might change in qualifying 2 and 3, but let's see how that goes. And qualifying 2 has started.
I think we may end up seeing even faster times being clocked in this session because of the increased familiarity now with the drivers and the increased confidence of knowing when to make the appropriate turns, the lines, the braking, and acceleration.
Correct, and another factor is that there is less drivers on the track. So they have more space. You have now 12 drivers instead of 18. That's going to play a big role too.
I
In
think
how
also,
they... Yeah?
sorry, no, please go ahead. I'll jump in after that.
No, go ahead. I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. I was
No
just
problem.
saying that essentially and given the position of some of the say for example where Eli finished in the first session, that will probably give confidence to some of the other drivers to believe that actually the pole position and the top of this race is actually up for grabs, and that really, if they really push the envelope, then potentially they could come up
I
trumps.
agree there. Yeah, I completely agree there. There is, of course, a confidence factor, but there is also the space factor, which I think is a incredibly important factor in the qualifying. The more
Yes.
space you have, the better chances you have to make better times.
Yeah, absolutely. Because of the nature of this track and the number of sharp turns, then naturally you're going to have several cars having to bunch up together in those areas. And if you're not the one who's leading that group, then you're certainly going to be getting stuck and choked behind other cars because of the nature of the track.
Correct, and also, it's just gonna. We'll see how it's gonna play out. We just started. We have about 8 minutes left to go. Yeah, 7 minutes 40 seconds. Kira is leading with 23.5 seconds. Little Bear now in fourth. Nicole is in eighth. Edu in sixth. Astra in third. It's a surprising performance with Astra with her new modem. She's doing quite good times.
Will be interesting to know which tyre compounds and race car configurations the drivers have gone for, especially with a track like this where it's unlikely you're going to be going flat out for too long.
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Eli is going on speed. By the way, it looks to me, because I'm zoomed in on Brendan, he's going for more grip. Let's see who else is driving. Astrea seems to be going more on speed, I think.
So, Craven, if you were in a race car down there trying to set the fastest lap in qualifying, what race configuration would you personally go for?
Honestly, I would go for more grip. But I'm not sure if I would get the best time from that, to be honest. Because I think the drivers that go for more speed, like I said, in the third of the track, the two first thirds of the track, they're clearly built for a better grip. And if you're a driver that's used to driving based on speed, you know how you have to take your curves. And I think those drivers that are used to using speed, they have a big advantage in the third of this track, and they can
Yeah.
catch up quickly there.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. That's a really good observation there. That if you are used to using the speed configuration, that you've now got a bit of experience with the kind of lines you typically take, and that you're kind of used to traveling at speed. If you are changing the configuration in this race and you're not used to it, then we have seen a few instances where people have misjudged the turns and then have ended up kind of going straight into the corners, and then naturally that's 2 or 3 seconds on your time immediately while you try and recover from the collision.
Exactly. But it's definitely, I mean, you kind of can sometimes see it, but with the good experienced drivers, you assume they go for more speed. You're not 100% sure, because they already have it so much in their routine that you can't tell for sure. But with the newer drivers, it's a bit easier to tell what configuration they are probably using. But that really is only speculation unless we ask the drivers themselves.
I did wonder whether the grip configuration would potentially allow you to drive at an increased average speed because of the fact that you're able to go into the corners faster and brake later and then pull your car around the corners, which is why I think this is so intriguing, especially if we
Yes,
see people with faster configurations versus the grippy configuration drivers.
yes, it is. It is very interesting, and but it's really more a matter of what you are used to and where you feel more comfortable than what is better. Because if you have to use your brakes too often, it's not gonna help you with the speed if you have a speedy configuration, because you always have to get back up to the speed. You have to find your way where you are comfortable, how to use your speed. Same thing with the grip.
I
If
think
you
also,
are,
yeah,
hmm? If you're based on the grip, you can take those curves really nicely, but on the straight, you're gonna notice that you are missing out. I know
absolutely.
I know I was trying one of the tracks. I think it was for race 6 or 5, and Fabian was there with me on the track, and I was going full on grip on that track because I thought I would need the grip.
Yeah.
And on the straights, Fabian just took over every time.
One observation I made here was like with the faster drivers, they are taking a wider line to obviously go into the corner faster as well as being able to slow. But the grippy
Yes.
drivers are able to cut on the inside of the corners, and with the number of turns
Hmm.
in this track, that's why I think it's going to be so interesting to see whether the grippy drivers will be able to maneuver between the faster guys to be able to, get in
Correct.
front of them. Because once you're in front of somebody, then obviously you
Mhm.
become an impediment to them trying to get past you, even if they have a faster car, of course.
Yes, that's true, but it's all. I think it's a big matter of how you're used to driving. I think that matters a lot, more so than your actual configuration.
Certainly, certainly.
Well, we have quite nice results there so far. We have Eli in first, we have Kira in second, so
Wow.
both long falls in the first two places. Then we have probably Little Bear in third because I don't see him pop up. Edu only in eighth. No, Little Bear is in sixth. Candy Tomorrow in fifth. Brandon in seventh. Nicole in fourth. Little Bear now. Oh, Nicole moves up to fourth, pushes Candy back to sixth. Little Bear to seventh. Taylor Aralo in 12th? Who's marked that? I think it's Emmy or Bloodberry. Yep, and qualifying 2 is over.
That went really fast.
Yes, it went super fast. So let's see what the time machine thingy says.
Time machine. It
Yeah,
says we're
the
going
thingy.
back to 1995.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool year. Alright, there we go. First we have Eli Bennett, second Kira, third Emmy Bluebird, fourth Nicole Dallas, fifth Austria, sixth Candy Tomorrow, seventh Little Bear, eighth Brandon, ninth Mango, 10th Edu, 11th Matt's, the new one, and 12th Taylor Rollo.
Alright.
Quite a nice result, and I think Luke is gonna go to qualifying 3 right away.
I mean, why not, right?
Oh yeah. Eliminated our Taylor, it's Edu, Mango, Bren, and Little Bear.
Edu and Little Bear, what is
Wow.
happening?
Yeah,
Those are two
What
top
is
five
happening out
drivers.
here?
yeah. Qualifying 3 will begin shortly for the top 6 drivers.
Those are some
Houston.
very...
Houston, we have a problem.
We do. If we look at the rankings, of course, if we look at positions 3 and 4, so Emmy Blueberry in third with 83 points and Little Bear on 79 and fourth, and then you have Kira Restrepo in fifth on 76.
Mm-hmm.
Just one podium difference between those could then change the position substantially. So those two eliminations could be quite interesting.
Well, yes, it could be interesting. We do have to see how the race goes, because when we were talking earlier about the exit of the pit and how that first curve is so sharp and more narrow, I'm just wondering how it's gonna pan out for the drivers when they start. I
Absolutely.
think that first curve at the start could be a major game changer here in this race, because it's very likely that there is gonna be some accidents happening in the very first curve.
I can certainly foresee that happening as well because you've got 3 lanes suddenly going into just two and in a sharp corner. So, yeah, we can probably expect some action on that corner, especially on the first lap when everybody's suddenly taking off.
Yes, and they're off.
5 minutes.
Hi! I accidentally disconnected myself.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Good job.
I was click happy and then I accidentally went
You
into a
got
recruiting voice chat.
you've got one job. One job.
Yeah. Oh, we have a few others join us. I think Edu and Ink or STFU are there. Yeah, we will see how the first curve affects the start there, and then we can see. I think we can expect a lot of change there. And I think we have quite a few experts who are good for changes. Candy takes the lead for now. We have Nicole in second, Eli in third, Astor in fourth, Emmy in fifth, and Kira in sixth. That's quite a decent time that Candy put up.
I want candy.
Well, it is quite a decent time, and it's gonna be a bit, I would say, tough to beat it, but it's not 100% unbeatable, but it's gonna be interesting to see and hear.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
ASG warning
Swerving.
for swerving. Again.
With the eagle eyes of the race manager, they must abide by the rules.
Let's see, that is Nicole. Oh yeah, Supermax.
I'm not even picking up Nico on my radar to
Supermax.
be able to.
Supermax.
Oh,
Nicole
he
is
changed his name.
Supermax.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes it makes it so difficult to film when people do that.
I know.
Because I'm looking for a certain name and they don't have that name. It's
Astria
like,
takes the first place, by the way.
rude, just cut me off.
Sorry. Well, Astria just took first place.
I'm just kidding.
It's potentially her first pole here.
Can she keep it with 1 minute and 7 seconds left?
Well, that's gonna be the big question. Can she keep it? I hope for her she does, because it would be nice to see her on the pole, on her very first pole, even if it's towards the end of the season. But last season, for example, during the end of the season, Edu was doing fantastic performances. So why not?
Hey, a pole
It
is a
only
pole.
exactly. Astra in first, Eli moves up to second, Nicole in third, Candy in fifth, Candy in fourth, Emmy in. Oh no, no, somebody moved up to third.
Candy tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't see it.
It's 23.5 seconds.
Yeah, it's not showing me her times.
Oh, I'm looking at
The HUD.
the HUD that I have.
Okay, then Candy just moved up to third place. There we go.
That's it, and time's out, and Astrea got pole.
Yep, Astria got the pole.
Outstanding achievement.
Congratulations. Yes, congratulations on the how do you say it, Max? Outstanding achievement. I like
Yeah,
it. Sounds very good.
thank you very much. No, she completely deserves it. As I say, currently sitting in
Yes.
12th position on 25 points. She has a previous podium finish as well, but as a rookie coming in, and it's good momentum towards the end of the race series to be able to get poles because it then kind of sets the precedent for what your current form is like. So well done.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Yes.
for
So
him. Good for him.
we'll have Astria in first, Eli in second, Candy tomorrow in third, Nicole in fourth, Emmy in fifth, and Kira in sixth. That's our starting lineup. And now the drivers will gather at the starting line and do a little bit of talkie with Luke, and then we're
Talkie
ready to go
talkie.
roll. Yeah,
Talkie
talkie.
talkie. Talkie talkie loomba.
Yes.
Let me put some music on.
Oh yeah, we have an awesome
While we're,
DJ.
while we're,
That's right. Who's our DJ again?
I mean, DJ, yeah. No.
I think, though, this race, Astria surprised everyone. I don't think anybody would have thought she would be starting on the pole position.
He's
Yeah, that is.
closely tailed by obviously Eli in second, so this will be a real test to see can she hold off intense pressure. So that'll be a big test for the driver.
Hmm.
And then obviously you have, as you say, some other top drivers in the other positions. Candy tomorrow in third, and then obviously fourth and fifth we have Emmy as well, and Kira in
Hmm.
sixth as well.
And Kira, oh, we're not live. Kira is in the wrong spot. She is in Emmy's place.
Did you say anything to him?
Oh, is that a? Oh no, it's not a flag thing. I was wondering why they were so orange, but it's because of SoundCloud.
You mean the paintwork on
Yeah.
the
Yes.
Fanatec car?
Yes. So Simmons temporary unlocked for a brief moment. So if somebody needs to relog or anything, they should do it now. And Luke is going to post the starting lineup shortly, so we'll have an official startup. If you'll excuse me for a moment, my phone is ringing.
Oh,
No problem. Take your time. I am sitting here trying to find, see if I could bring that music in. But it's been so long since we did it. I don't think I could find it. So maybe I'll just sing. No. Totally
Yeah,
kidding.
try an a cappella.
I sing solo, so long you can't hear me. So low.
oh, she in 14. Well, next.
I think this is not the right playlist. This is gonna be like rap music and stuff. So maybe I just leave that alone.
Dirty, man. Dirty.
Maybe just,
All the way.
maybe next time. You just have to listen to the sound of the cars and our voices. All drivers, please meet at the SF line, start finish line, for the pre race meeting.
Yeah, the race manager means business.
Yeah, I usually could see what they're saying and stuff, but I can't see it today for some reason. I don't see the times, I don't see what they're saying, what Luke is saying. Can you see it?
Now, at the moment, we can only see from afar, and at the moment, my lip reading is not at its finest, so it's very difficult to tell what's actually being said.
Not lip reading. Oh. Angel, I just want to say how disrespectful it is for you not to be here today. I hope you're okay and everything's good, but I still think it's disrespectful that you're not here today. I just wanted to put that out there, you know, in the winds. But I'm sure glad you came and joined us today, Max.
Yeah, it's a pleasure and honour to be back. As I say, very interesting race, great track. I'm looking forward to how this pans out, to be honest, because it is up for grabs in terms of we've seen the rankings of people qualifying in on different levels, different positions. So could really ebb and flow this race. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward. I wonder who's going to be coming in second because we already know first place is already that's already long gone. But I know as far as the team race is real close.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be interesting, as you say, because the scores between second. I mean, there's a fair gap between Edu in second and Emmy Blueberry, so
Mhm.
40 points between that. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens and whether Eli still guns for the pole position, well, as in like finishing the race in first, to try
Yeah.
and just extend that gap even further and maybe set his own records and just to complete his dominance really.
World domination. Second life domination.
But on the racetrack this time round, obviously, has proven to be consistent. But as I say, we've got some great results from other drivers on there as well. So particularly impressed with the two rookies, Kira Restrepo and Nicole Dallas, how they've been able to come up and compete into the top five
Oh
amongst
yeah.
other experienced racers. That's really good going on their part too.
Yeah, it really is. Even Matt, the new guy today, he's doing pretty well for his first GP1 race.
Absolutely.
He even got ahead of a more experienced driver because even though Mango is new to GP1, he's been racing for a long time.
Hopefully that speaks volumes of good things for the individuals joining on today.
Hmm.
Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So, we'll see what happens there.
So I got a question for you, Max. So you've commentated other things in Second Life. How does this differ from other things you've commentated, other venues?
Um, I guess with the different sports, there's a slightly different approach, but obviously, with this one, for example, for the racing, you have many more participants to be able to commentate on during an event in a particular instance. And obviously, you have a long roster. And also in racing, for example, you have lots of things happening during a race. It's not just about the leader or the guys at the back. There's a lot of stuff going on in the middle. There's a lot of things going on, and you've got to keep on top of a lot of things as well at the same time. That's why with this I'd find it different in that perspective. But the common theme often is, the will to win. Regardless of the sport or the event that you go for, you have, who's willing to do what it takes to get their win. Pull out the stops, as well as the excitement of seeing people who are coming on their debut or joining, and then showing fantastic promise and talent as well. So those are the common themes. So there is quite a lot of crossover as well, which I really enjoy.
Oh, okay, cool. Crickets, crickets.
Alright, so Luke is saying a couple of things there. Reminder about the yellow line at pit exit. It's a little easy to mistakenly turn into soon. So there is going to be a bit of leeway, but if it keeps happening, there will be drive-through penalties. Also, if you get pushed into the one of the mountains, since they're not physical, that is not your cue to cut as much off the track as you'd like. I will see where you enter the mountains and where you exit. Please try to safely rejoin the track as soon as possible. Remember too that these gates will detect if you jumpstart, so if you jumpstart, you will have to serve a drive-through penalty as soon as possible. Make sure you're giving people room. If you are starting in the back, do not You're not to try and shove your way through as many cars as possible. If I see excessive amounts of pushing, where you are frequently pushing cars off track and into slow zones, I will be penalizing
Penalized.
you with, you guessed, a drive-through
What
that
is that?
goes for the entirety of the race.
It's driving through the mountains for me. Who did that? Who drove through the mountains? You shouldn't be told not to drive through the mountains. That's all I'm saying.
Where are the, oh, there.
Second life, man. Driving through mountains.
She'll be driving through the mountains when she comes.
When she comes. No, I'm kidding. That is funny though. Oh, I'm in the mountain. Let me just skip right through to the to the front.
Yeah,
Lord.
also, Luke said, um, don't drive your nose into corners from miles back. You are not going to cleanly pass anyone like that. Turn 3 is very easy to misjudge and think that you have space to make a move. Well, you don't. So unless the drive is super wide or you're right on someone's tail, don't make a dumb move. Now, he's asking if anyone has questions. Otherwise, drivers to your cars.
So who's gonna win the race today? I think Emmy might pull a win today, or definitely be on the podium.
It's very possible, yes.
Yeah,
I've I think well, I'm curious to see how Astria does.
yeah,
It would be really cool for her if she could win,
yeah.
but somehow I would think Candy has good chances.
Then Candy tomorrow.
hmm What
Okay.
you think, Matt?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting battle. I think with Asdria's two things. One is being able to maintain that position in front, which on this track especially would be a huge advantage because of the amount of clustering that we're expecting. You know, the cars bunching together on several corners, not least the first turning on the right at the end of this straight that we're on now, where the starting grid is. But it's how Asdria copes with the pressure of Eli, and also with Candy, and Kira as well, who've kind of performed really well in the qualifying because all those drivers have done quite well across the different qualifying sessions. So, and also as you mentioned about pit stop strategy being extremely important. If you
Yeah.
make the wrong decisions, it can cost you the race. So, how has Asri's team decided to do their pit stops? That'll be telling as well.
Yeah.
Well, she's on the team with Emmy, and Emmy is one of our, I think, three most experienced drivers here. So I think the pit stop strategy will work quite well with them too. But yeah, it's going to be important how they thought of it because it is 60 laps.
60 laps, guys.
60 laps, short ones.
That's a lot of laps.
Well, it's a short track.
Absolutely, and a time 60 times loads of sharp turns, fast straights, as well as needing to keep their concentration absolutely steel-like the entire time.
Yes.
Well, good luck to
Well,
all our drivers.
yes. Good luck to all drivers. Race is starting in
Absolutely.
30 seconds.
There we go. Here we
And
go.
there we go. Oh, and the very first turn went kinda somewhat well for most drivers.
Immediately a battle at the front between Supermax and Asdria.
Yes, and they go into that curve. Ah, and Supermax takes the lead.
Great move on the inside there from Candy to be able to go straight from fourth into second.
Yes. Very well done there by Candy, and she's right up on Supermax and takes the lead, but Astria is coming back there right on Supermax's end. And again, and Astrid is trying to get back her position, and she just got past Supermax, but Supermax takes back this spot. Very nice battle we're seeing there on the first 3 positions. Candy is trying to move away from it, and Astria and Supermax are battling it out. Astria takes again the lead from Supermax, and maybe she is going to be able to maintain it. Yes, she is. And now the tables are turned, but they both are right up Candy at first.
Indeed, there's a tussle for second position and third position, which has given Candy
Yes.
the opportunity to be able to get a little bit of a lead ahead of the pack. But yeah, this is being hotly contested.
Yes, and Supermax and Astria, they're having a fierce battle there, but very fair battle as well. Beautiful driving from both.
Absolutely, there seems to be good nature that they're racing each other as hard as they can, but obviously as clean as they can as well.
There is a bit of rubbing, but that's alright, it's part of it.
Absolutely.
And very nice move there from Supermax, forcing Astria to go around from the outside, which lets him keep the lead.
Absolutely,
and
I think
Astria is trying. Very nice, even. Astria is really... Oh, very nice move there by Astria. Beautiful.
the important thing for the drivers in position 2 and 3 are that they're actually being stalked by Eli Bennett slowly but surely.
Exactly. He's right there, and Supermax is pinched between Eli and Astria, with Emmy right behind him as well.
And he's already cut into second.
Yes.
Sorry.
Eli... No, it's fine. No need to apologize. Eli takes the second place, but Emmy is right there, Astria is right there, and Supermax is right there. And they're all not very far away from Candy.
Got to be like a half a second gap between the guys in from second position down to the fifth rather, because they're so closely bunched together on every turn. They're kind of almost on each other.
And there is a lot of position changing. Supermax went from third into fifth, now back in fourth. Astria and Supermax both right behind Eli. And Brandon Morgan with a drive-through penalty because of the yellow line.
This is Candy's opportunity to really try and extend that lead while there's the battle going on between positions 4 and between 2 and 5. Hopefully she can get some clear road in front of her and really make that distance.
Yes, that would be a perfect scenario for her. Just... how do I say it? I wouldn't bank on it with Eli in my back.
Absolutely, is a
Just
constant
one.
threat.
Yes. And Candy has only 0.01 seconds of a lead there.
Wow.
And Eli and Supermax are battling it out. Supermax gets pushed a bit off-road, and Little Bear comes from behind and takes the second place.
Outstanding move.
Yeah, he
Great
just
move.
drove right through between Supermax and Eli. Oh, and Eli gets off-road there. Now Eli is in fifth, Emmy in third, Supermax in fourth, Eli in fifth, and I think it was Little Bear who just went into the pit. Emmy taking the second place. No,
Looks
Supermax takes back the second place.
This goes to show that even a small error or misjudgment can cost you several places with the intensity of this
Yes.
track.
Well, yeah, and Candy moves up to 0.02 seconds of a lead. Slowly but surely extending her lead. And Supermax gets the second place now. No, first. The others went into... Yeah, Eli now in second, Candy in third after the pit stop. Supermax gets to extend his lead, and maybe he can, with some clean air, get as much as possible done, but he goes into the pit lane as well. Let's see how Eli is doing. Eli has the lead just in front of Candy. No, he does not. He's in eighth now. Kira now in second. Oh, quite a bit of commotion there.
Indeed, the pit stops tend to do that, don't they? When you've got some cars coming off and then joining back again. Ooh, a bit of a collision there. And of course,
Wow,
seeing
this is
Eli.
so close. They're all so close.
Well, that's a good part. That's how it makes it interesting, Noel.
They're all so
Absolutely
close.
clean move on the inside there from Candy Tomorrow. Although taken back over again by Astria, she really wants this one.
Astria back in first against Candy there, and Candy takes back the pole position. Very nicely done in that curve. In that third curve that Luke warned everyone about.
Absolutely, indeed, it's really intense stuff. Like we said, less than half a second between them. One slight twitch, oversteer, understeer, any move like that, and you've lost your position.
Exactly. And Astria is... Oh, Astria misjudged
Oh,
that curve.
off the track there. That could be costly.
Yes. But Astria was so close to making that move on Candy. He's
That's the
just
risk.
getting ready.
Yes, that's the risk, isn't it? When you're really pushing it as hard as you can, then the margin for error becomes so slow. And now, this would have been what Candy would have wanted. That
Mm.
clean air you talk about there, and she has that now. Great opportunity to really make some distance.
Yeah, she has some clean air with... I think it first went her in second. Yes, but she has almost... almost 0.02 seconds. 2 seconds of a lead there. And I'm noticing Kali Kiori slowly but steadily moving up from 15th place, now in 11th place. Yeah, there Candy wins almost a whole second of a lead there since one lap. Very nice driving. And Astra is catching slowly up there. Nicole in third, Little Bear in fourth, Emmy in fifth, Eli in sixth, Edu in seventh, Kira in eighth, Kali in ninth, Mats in 10th, Valkyrie in 11th, Achilles in 12th, Taylor Rallo in 13th, and Brandon in 17th, Verga in 14th, Blackjack Kowalski in 15th. And now Candy is hitting on lap traffic.
Exactly, and that could be an advantage for those in
Oh,
lower
very
positions,
nicely
second, third.
done there. Yeah, but she just elegantly got two cars between her and Astria and Nicole.
Seems to
And
be
a bit
having a
yeah.
bit of a challenge there from Taylor Arello, who, while a lot further back, is trying to contest against Candy, interestingly.
It seemed a bit like it, but I think Candy managed to use that to her own advantage. And Supermax is right back, right behind Candy. You know, Supermax gets to deal with the lap traffic. Oh, and Achilles there in lap traffic against Candy. Well, that's one thing for sure. Sometimes the cars in between, depending on which driver it is, they can be very much of a advantage that you can use against the others. Here,
Absolutely, and
Candy using Achilles kind of nicely.
I think the race manager has issued a warning to the cars further
Yes.
back not to race the lead cars because obviously it creates an obstruction, and I think that warning was quite necessarily given.
Well, it was an issue 3 or 4 races ago, where in the final lap, one driver just wanted to contest with the lead cars, and he was already 2 laps behind. Candy going into the pit, giving up her pole position, with Nicole taking over and Astrid in second, Little Bear in third, Candy now in fourth, Edu in fifth, Emmy in sixth, Eli in seventh, Kira in eighth, Kali still in ninth, Matt in 10th, Valkyrie in 11th, Achilles in 12th, Taylor Rallo in 13th, Verga in 14th. Edu moves up to fourth, Candy falls back on 5th place.
I will say this about that warning about racing the lead drivers. As a driver, I know a lot of them take off their titles and stuff like that. How do you know if you're racing? How do you know who's the lead driver if nobody's telling you who the lead drivers are? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got two
It's a
cars
valid
that look
point.
exactly the same. You're racing. How do you know? How do you know that the person that you're passing is in front of you?
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
Well, you don't really know it. I think most drivers do it to avoid issues because of lag are just rendering all the other drivers.
Well, I don't know why that wouldn't be very smart to de-render all the drivers, but as far
Well,
as
you still see their
tag,
cars.
nobody has time to sit there and read the name on the car if you're racing.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very wise to do.
Hold on. You're supposed to stop and IM them and be like, "Hey, are you in first place?" So I don't
Yeah,
pass you.
Supermax is though in the lead and extending it quite a bit. 9 seconds of a lead for Supermax.
He is gonna have to pit soon, though. He's got 18% on his tires.
Yes, he is going to pit soon, but oh, there Valky takes over. Yeah, he is going to have to pit soon, but that lead was done very nicely there. Edu in second, and I think Edu is going to have to pit soon as well.
I
Yeah,
wonder if the
Edu hits
pitting in.
35.
I wonder if the pitting in by Candy around the 30 lap mark was a good strategic move, because now those others have had to go through the congestion, fight through that, and then now they're in a position where they now have to pit again.
Well, I think that was part of the strategy, so that she has to exactly make one more pit stop for the
And
rest
he
of
got
the
a
race.
Nico got a
Yep.
drive-through penalty.
Yes, drive-through penalty for crossing the yellow line. Now Edu's still in the lead, Candy in second, Eli in third, Lil Bear in fourth, Astria in fifth,
Oh, I see
Emmy
Edu
in
in first.
sixth. Yeah, Edu is in first. Didn't I say Edu?
I thought you said Eli. It's
No,
okay.
he's
Go
in
ahead. I'm
first.
sorry.
That's alright. The Nicole now in seventh, Kira still in eighth, Valkyrie in ninth, Mads in 10th, Kali in 11th. Where do we have 12th? Oh, place 12 is not wanting to show.
I see Achille in 12th, Taylor Aurelio in 13th,
Yeah.
Yes.
Virgo Wolf in 14th, and Anakin in 15th.
Rana, yes. Now let's see though. Yeah, Candy has a 2-second.
Oh, we got another drive-through penalty.
Oh.
Yeah, this one is for Valkyrie with the yellow line. Candy has a 2-second lead on Eli, and they have Valkyrie right between them, if I see that right. Yes. But that's one thing that I noticed. Luke sent out that message, but Valkyrie is on unavailable.
Uh-oh.
So I don't think, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think she can see that.
Oh, man.
This will certainly get interesting, as we're not too far off the last 20 laps.
Yes.
That
But
first,
hey, it ain't
second,
over
and
till
third
it's
place,
over.
though, is definitely, like, switching all over the place.
Yes, and Candy's, well, third, fourth, and fifth. And there we have Candy beating more lap traffic. Earlier, she was able to use the lap traffic nicely for her advantage.
I think she managed to successfully negotiate past the driver.
Yeah.
But it depends on now how much time was spent and clawed back during that process, and then putting the gap between the leader and her.
Okay, so now Little Bear in second, Eli in third, Emmy in fourth, Astra in fifth, Idu in sixth, and Candy goes into another pit stop. Valkyrie, drive-through penalty reminder.
Since Valkyrie's probably not even seeing it, like you said.
It could be. I messaged already Luke about it. Kali moves up to 8th. And Little Bear takes the lead.
So his tires look like he got 52% tires.
Yeah, he has to do one more pit stop.
Let's see. They got 10 more laps. He might not need to.
Well, he might not need to, yeah, you're right. 50% tires, 10 more laps. Well, 12 more laps.
And he holds
And
the
it's
position.
gonna be tight. I think he has to do one more lap. Astria now in second. And how is Astria looking? Astria with 43% on her tires. Definitely will have to do a pit stop.
They're at 51 laps.
At 51 already.
Yeah, lap 51.
Oh,
Absolutely.
So I don't think
thought we
anybody, I think
were...
all the pitting is done.
Yeah, I think so too.
It was a two
In
pit.
that case, yeah.
I think this was a 2-pit track.
Well, let's see how they do. Little Bear holds that first position with 5 seconds between him and Astria in second. Third is Nicole. Fourth is Edu. Fifth is Candy. Sixth is Eli. Seventh, Emmy. Quite a bit of a gap there. Eighth, Kira. Ninth, Mads. 10th, Kali. 11th, Valkyrie. Luke says no gestures. 12th, Taylorello. 13th is Achilles. 14th, Verga. 15th, Blackjack Kowalski. No, sorry, Brandon is 15th. 16th is Blackjack Kowalski. 17th, Becky Aker. Little Bear still in the lead, extending his lead by 1 second. Candy moves up to 4th place.
So if Emmy remains in 7th and Little Bear takes the win, that would then bring him up to 3rd in the rankings.
Yes, he needs that win to get up on the 3rd. And we have 5 more laps to go. 4 more laps.
4 more laps.
4 more laps to go. Astria catching a bit up to Little Bear. Eli now in 5th, Edu in 6th. Nicole still in 3rd. And we're slowly coming to an end.
Yeah, 2 more laps.
A lot of
Very nice
activity up front.
strategy there. Yeah, go ahead. Talk.
No, sir, I was saying there's a lot of action up front at the moment.
Yes, a lot of action through the entire race. Very many very nice changes. And a really good, well thought out strategy there with the pitting by Little Bear, who is using more of the lap traffic for his own advantage.
Yeah, definitely. He's got a big gap
Yes.
between him and the 2nd and 3rd.
Yes, he has a very big gap there, and he has 15% on his tires. And Little Bear with let's see, 6-second lead. Very unlikely they will catch up, but Astria and Nicole are getting very close and showing a battle at the last lap.
There we have it.
And Nicole takes third place. Just at the finish line, Nicole takes second place.
Second place. Drove right into the, drove right into the sun.
Yep,
Celebrations there from Little Bear.
yep, he gets back his win. Finally, again, a win for Little Bear. The last few races weren't going so great. 2 races ago, he got even disqualified. And there we go. Little Bear finishes in first.
Do we await the
Um,
official position results from the
yeah, let's wait
race
for
manager?
the official ones. Yes, let's wait for the official ones. But the finish between Nicole and Astria was really beautiful and outstanding. There we go. For now, the official results are Little Bear in first, Nicole in second, Astria in third, Candy in fourth, Edu in fifth, Emmy in sixth, Eli in seventh. Matt, our new driver, on his first race, scores some points in eighth place. Kira in ninth place, Kali Kiori in 10th place, Valkyrie in 11th, Taylor Rello in 12th, and Verga in 13th. Did not finish Achilles. 15th, Brandon. 16th, Becky Akers. 17th, Blackjack Kowalski. And did not finish Mango. But Mango only drove 43 laps. That's a pity. It looked like Mango could score some points there.
It does. It does make you wonder if Little Bear taking this position brings him into third. Whether if the disqualification would not have happened and a podium position was taken, whether at this stage he might even be competing and battling for second place.
Well, yes, he had 3 races where things just didn't go the way for him he wanted or would have wanted. But this all in one was a super exciting race with many nice changes.
And it was great to see other names also featuring very high up in the finishes as well as the qualifying.
It was very nice to see that. Alright, so what do we have? Luke already called everyone to the podium
Yeah.
and Simmons unlocked. So I'm thinking that the finish there is quite clear already.
Longfall still gets points, both Eli and Kira.
Well, yes, they both get points, and pretty much they have already won the team championship.
Yeah. So if they, I mean,
hmm But there
excuse
is
me.
you're excused. But there is quite some nice um, other things happening because Team His, both drivers get points. APC Sauber, only Edu will get points. For ASG, only Nicole will get points. For Carmona, Astrea, and Emmy, who both are in the top 10, will get points. So Carmona is gonna score nicely and be more competitive for third place. And I think with today's result, maybe even, I'm not sure, but possibly Team His can get within reach of third position, depending on how they drive next race.
Yeah.
But I think it's still there, and Freedom Formula, if Little Bear wins, no, it's not gonna work. Freedom Formula.
Rewind.
No, they're at 80, and Little Bear gets 24 today. That's 104 and 126 already without today's results is for APC Silver. So no, it's not possible.
Do the team standings remain as they are?
Um, I think so. I think they remain as they are, but they're gonna be a bit closer.
Sure, yes.
I'm not sure. I would have to do the exact math, but I think Team His after today's race is out of the race for place 3, but I'm not 100% sure. APC Sauber, ASG, Carmona, I think those 3 teams have still technically chances to score place 2, 3, or 4. Mm. There we go, but it's Andreas for second podium, I think. They just have the Toyota theme. Sounds like
It wouldn't be
Toyota.
surprised.
Yeah, it's Astra's first podium today, so congratulations for Astra. She'll be getting some massive points and climb up on place 10 after today's race. So that's really nice. Candy tomorrow will get some nice points too and climb up, I think, to place 7. And Nicole is gonna get a nice boost as well and be in 5th. So still a lot open for place 3, 4, 5, and 6. And even place 7 on the Drivers' Championship.
It was positive to see Asdria not only take the pole position but be able to then drive effectively during the entire race and overcome all the challenges along the way to still finish on the podium in second. So yeah,
Yeah,
well done to Asdria from there. Well done to
sure.
all the races today. Fabulous race. But of course, it was Little Bear's day today, and his celebrations show how much this means to him.
It was for sure a very exciting race with a
Yes, it
lot of
was.
nice changes.
Had a sign on. A sign on your face, Max.
A sign.
I had a sign covering your face.
All right.
Yeah, but it's pretty interesting. Um, and we'll see. Next race definitely will be
Mhm.
very loaded with a lot of loaded people, I would say.
Yeah, loaded with people.
Loaded. Well,
there's
yeah,
still
it's gonna
a
be
chance that things could
definitely
completely flip around in that last
yes.
race.
In the last race, after today's race, there's still a lot open. I think though Edu is pretty final on his second place. I don't
Yeah.
think much can happen there. But place 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they're definitely out up for grabs. Hopefully Fabian will join and make this even more exciting.
Yes. Hopefully he'll be back next week.
Yes, I hope so too, because Fabian is a very good, consistent racer, and if he joins in, he could seal actually the deal for ASG and get them into place 2.
Mhm.
And yeah, APC Sauber, Cremona, Hiss, those actually I think Cremona is gonna take place 3 after this race. I
Yeah,
think
they
I'm not
got
100% sure.
Yeah.
They got
looks
nice
like it to me too.
points.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep, yep. Well, thank you guys for joining us and for tuning into us.
Yes, please feel free to join, subscribe, and all that stuff.
And like
Right.
and
Exactly
hit the
what she
bell.
said.
Hit the bell. Ring that
Hit the
bell.
bell.
Okay. Let me not do that.
Also, next week, November 28th, um, what is it? 10 a.m. 10 or
10:30
no,
a.m.
it's 11 a.m. 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, we start
Pacific
streaming at
time.
10:30. Yep.
Yeah, Pacific time. Join us for the last race of this season. And yeah, it will be at the Tall Pines Grand Prix at
Yes.
Racers Island
Yay! Racers
with
Island.
69
Yes.
laps.
Two Sims. Two Sims at Racers Island. Two.
Yeah, 2 sims, so
Wow.
you can join in. Also, if you would like to advertise with us or be a sponsor because you're awesome like that, feel free to contact the beautiful Noelle.
Yes, the beautiful
She's gonna
Noel.
sort you out. Yeah, contact her.
All right, everybody, have a good night.
Uh, have a great night, guy,
Thanks, everybody. Take care and stay well.
and stay safe and use protection.
Lord.